Hello everyone. In this video, we will do the daily current affairs analysis of 6th December 2021. So the first topic which we will discuss is what is Naga insurgency. So it is from GS paper 3 and topic is internal security related issues. So what is the Naga peace process and what it is about? The Indian government has been in talks with Naga rebel factions, especially the NSCN-IM, since 1997 in the hopes of establishing a Naga peace accord. One of the country's oldest insurgencies is the Naga insurgency, which is founded in Naga nationalism. The Naga populated lands of the northeast were never considered part of British India, and on August 14, 1947, the Naga National Council (NNC) declared Nagaland independent. It set up an underground government (NFG) and an army in 1952, causing the center to dispatch the army and enact the Armed Forces Special Powers Act or the AFSPA. Shillong Agreement. In 1976, the Shillong Accord was reached with the Nagaland's underground factions after years of discussion. Many prominent NNC officials, on the other hand, vehemently opposed it, arguing that it ignored Naga sovereignty and forced Nagas to adopt the Indian constitution. Since then, the Naga organizations have fragmented into several groups. The peace treaty. There have been about 100 rounds of negotiations. In August 2015, the NGO and the Indian government signed a framework agreement for the Naga Peace Accord. What went wrong and what caused it? Even the accord's various competencies had been agreed upon. According to sources, albeit a few stumbling blocks remained. The factions were adamant about having a Naga constitution and pushing for a greater Naga limb that would extend beyond Nagaland's current borders. A separate flag and constitution were firmly rejected by the State Council, which warned that any misadventure to split our wonderful nation shall not be permitted. What are the most important issues in the midst of it all? Because of the fervor with which the framework agreement was published, excessive expectations of a rapid conclusion arose. The administration would not approve a separate constitution for Nagaland. This was never a topic of controversy in the first place. There was general agreement that the flag should be presented. That option was no longer available when the Kashmiri flag was withdrawn on August 15, 2019. The most efficient way ahead is to. It is vital to recognize that without the participation of violent organizations, no deal can be reached. A bicameral assembly with at least 40 nominated members representing various tribes is one demand. Another is that cadres be integrated into local armed forces or the Indian paramilitary. It is important to form autonomous councils in Naga dominated areas of neighboring states as well as to use the Naga flag for at least customary events. The source of this news is The Hindu. Next topic is details of the rice cultivation in India. So it is from GS paper 3 and topic is Indian agriculture. So the required temperature for growth of rice is between 22 and 32 degrees Celsius with a high level of humidity. Rainfall is variable ranging from 150 to 300 centimeter. Soil type is from loamy clay soil with a lot of clay. West Bengal is the largest growing rice producing state, followed by Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Bihar. These are the top rice producing states in the country. It is the primary food crop for the vast majority of Indians. In states like Assam, West Bengal, and Odisha, paddy is cultivated 3 times a year. Their names are Os, Aman, and Boro. Among the major rice producing countries, India is the world's second largest rice producer after China. So, initiatives of the Government of India include the National Food Security Mission, hybrid rice seed production, and Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana are some of the government's rice growing projects. The source of this news is The Hindu of 6th December 2021, page number 5. So, next topic in news is details of India's first privately built cryogenic engine. So it is from GS paper 3 and topic is scientific interventions related issues. So context, Skyroot Aerospace's Vikram 2 launch vehicle's upper stage was displayed recently. The cryogenic rocket engine is totally 3D printed and built in India. It was named after Satish Dhawan, the Indian Space Research Organization's third chief of the ISROs. In India's development of better launch capabilities, he was a pioneer. So regarding rocket Vikram, the Vikram rocket is named after Indian space pioneer Vikram Sarabhai, who was instrumental in launching the country's ambitious space program. In addition, he worked on cutting edge nuclear research. The rocket is propelled by a mixture of LNG, liquefied natural gas, which contains more than 90% methane. Liquid natural gas and liquid oxygen are combined in this application. In its combined form, it's known as methalox and it's used as a cryogenic rocket fuel. So this can be a potential question in prelims that methalox recently been in the news has which of the following applications, and the options can be it is used as a rocket fuel in the cryogenic engines, it is used to reduce the environmental pollution, or it is used in the missiles, or the fourth option can be it is used in the naval ships. So the correct answer in that regard it would be it is used as a rocket fuel in cryogenic engines. So that's why it is very important to give due importance to these minute facts which are in news in the current affairs, because UPSC picks questions, picks statements and picks keywords from here and then does its research and frames questions on these minute topics which are in the news. So that's why the proper analysis of the current affairs becomes very very important. So the combination produces exceptional performance at a minimal cost. The fuel is environmentally friendly. As a result, Skyroot Aerospace engines have coined the term fuel of the future to describe this fuel. The Dhawan 1 engine is comprised of the following components. The Dhawan 1 engine has a vacuum thrust of about 1.5 kilonewton. The engine was put to the test on a specially built test bed at Solar Industries in Nagpur. The engine is part of the top stage of the Vikram 2 launch vehicle. It runs on LNG and LOX, both of which are environmentally friendly fuels. It's entirely made of 3D printed parts. The engine has been named after Satish Dhawan. About the Pixel 1 satellite. The Pixel 1 satellite will be launched in 2022. It will be the first private satellite in an Earth observation constellation in low Earth orbit. So the source of this news is The Hindu of 6 December 2021, page number 8. Next is what is hypersonic technology? So it is from GS paper 3 and topic is scientific interventions related issues. So context, according to the US, China's pursuit of hypersonic weapons increases tensions in the region and the US has committed to preserve its capabilities to counter any Chinese threats. What is the specific issue? China's growing military might and determination to dethrone American dominance in Asia concerns the United States. The July test of a hypersonic missile capable of partially circumnavigating the Earth before re-entering the atmosphere and gliding on a customized path to its target demonstrated China's desire to advance its military capabilities. Concerns that are related. Experts say the weapons system is clearly designed to dodge US missile defenses despite China's assertion that it was testing a reusable space vehicle rather than a missile. What does traveling at hypersonic speeds mean for a weapon? Hypersonic speeds are those that exceed the speed of sound by 5 times or more. So the concerns and ramifications for India and the rest of the world include the following. The weapons could theoretically fly over the South Pole. This would be a huge problem because US military's missile defense systems are directed at the northern polar route. India is particularly concerned about recent developments because of its history with China. Such capabilities highlight the dangers that our space assets as well as our terrestrial assets are exposed to. China has employed the following technology. China's exact technology used in this particular test is unknown according to media reports. The bulk of hypersonic vehicles, on the other hand, utilize scramjet technology. How does scramjet technology function and what is it? Scramjets are engines that can handle airflows at velocities multiples of the speed of sound. At a supersonic speed of more than Mach 2, air from the atmosphere is driven into the combustion chamber of an air-breathing scramjet engine. The cruiser will move at a hypersonic speed of Mach 6 to 7 as the air mixes with the fuel in the chamber to start a hypersonic combustion. The acronym scramjet refers to a supersonic combustion ramjet. The source of this news is The Hindu. Next is, what are booster doses? It is from GS paper 2 and topic is health related issues. So context, the INSACOG, Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium has recommended a COVID-19 immunization booster dose. The suggestion is for people above the age of 40. The following are some of the reasons why INSACOG recommends booster doses. The guidance is meant to help the country deal with its Omicron threats. In South Africa, the COVID-19 variant Omicron was recently found. It is categorized as a variant of concern by the World Health Organization. According to INSACOG, detecting the presence of the variation in the early phases of its introduction into the country is challenging. So what are booster shots and what do they do? Booster shots are a second round of vaccinations. They are given when the first shot's protection starts to wear off. Booster shots help people to keep their immune systems in good shape. What's the difference between a booster shot and a second dose of medicine? Booster doses are given after a person has completed his or her vaccination series. It's provided to help with virus protection. This is due to the virus's ability to protect itself eroding over time. Extra doses, on the other hand, are given to people with severely compromised immune systems. It's given to people to help them respond to the vaccine more effectively. Additional doses are given to those who have cancer treatment, a stem cell transplant, immune deficiency conditions, or who have been diagnosed with HIV. The source of this news is The Hindu. Next is about the Jawad cyclone. So it is from GS paper 1 and topic is geography related issues. So context, the Bay of Bengal's deep depression has strengthened into cyclonic storm Jawad, which is predicted to impact the beaches of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Who came up with the idea for the name? Saudi Arabia has given the cyclone the name Jawad. The word Jawad means merciful or liberal. This is crucial because this cyclone is expected to be milder than previous ones. The following factors contribute to the formation of cyclones. Cyclones form over oceanic waters in the tropical area. This is where the sun beams greatest, warming the land and sea surfaces. As the surface of the ocean heats, heated moist air rises and chilly air rushes in to fill the void, forming and rising with it. The cycle repeats. What is the source of the spin? Wind waves blow from the high pressure areas to low pressure places. High pressure areas form in the cold, whereas low pressure areas form in the warm areas. So polar regions have higher pressure than tropical places because they receive less sunshine. Wind flows from the poles to the tropics as a result. Then there's the Earth's west to east movement. The Earth's rotation on its axis deflects the wind in the tropical zone since the Earth's rotating speed is quicker than the polar sides due to its spherical form blowing from both polar regions. The Arctic wind is deflected to the right while the Antarctic wind is deflected to the left. This is due to the Coriolis force. As a result, the wind has already started to blow in one direction. Cool air is pulled to the center to fill the void when it reaches a warmer place. Cool air is also deflected as the cyclone approaches the center, resulting in wind circulation. This process continues until the storm reaches land. So what happens when a cyclone approaches land? When a cyclone strikes land, the warm water that rises to make way for cool water is no longer accessible and the cyclone dissipates. Furthermore, clouds form when moist air rises, resulting in rains that accompany high winds during cyclones. The source of this news is The Hindu. Next is about the Mount Semeru of Indonesia. So it's a prelim specific topic. So Mount Semeru, the highest and most active volcano in Java is Mount Semeru, often known as the Great Mountain. It erupted for the last time in December of this year. Indonesia, which boasts the world's most active volcanoes, is vulnerable to seismic activity due to its placement on the Pacific Ring of Fire. Semeru volcano is one of the island arcs formed by the sinking of the Indo-Australian plate beneath the Sunda plate, part of Eurasian plate. The Sunda Trench was formed here with the Jawad Trench as its main component. So what is the Pacific Ring of Fire? It is a volcanic ring in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ring of Fire, also known as the Circum-Pacific Belt, is a swath of land stretching around the Pacific Ocean, defined by active volcanoes and frequent earthquakes. It follows the Pacific, Cocos, Indian Australian, Nazca, North American and Philippines plates tectonic plate boundaries. The following are some facts about island arcs. Volcanic and seismic activity as well as orogenic mountain building processes link vast curved arcs of oceanic islands. An island arc usually has a landmass or a partially contained, unusually shallow sea on its concave side. On the convex side, a long, narrow, deep sea trench almost always exists. The Mariana and Tonga trenches, which hold the world's deepest ocean depths, are two instances of these seafloor depressions. Two major examples of this type of geologic structure are the Aleutian Alaska Arc and the Kuril-Kamchatka Arc. The source of this news is The Hindu of 6th December 2021, page number 11. So thanks a lot for watching the analysis video. Have a nice day.